Hey, good Tuesday to you. It's time for RFD Illinois. I'm DeLoss Yankee. Rita Frazier will be along in just a little bit. She was down in Springfield yesterday and has a conversation, entertaining and informative, you could imagine, with the one and only Rod Stahl of Farm Credit Illinois. Illinois State FFA Convention this week in downtown Springfield. A lot of blue jackets. A lot to celebrate with the next generation of agriculture. And we'll also have numbers released yesterday by Illinois and also national ag statistics and plenty to digest, including, well, finally, a productive week of planting. Unfortunately, it took place first week of June. 73% of Illinois corn in the ground as of Sunday, according to ag statistics, means 27% isn't and maybe won't be planted, given the time of year. 27% of 11 million acres times last year's average, if you were just to look at that, 210 bushels an acre, means a lot of bushels, unfortunately, that won't come to be this year, not to mention with the late planted crop. And soybeans planted at 49% means half the crop, which means, 5.6 million acres still to be planted. Hopefully a lot of that was in yesterday and will go in today. And then there's rain in the forecast. We got plenty of folks in not too far apart from each other in some cases. Some saying, well, I could use a shower right now. And others say, I don't want to see a cloud for still a long time. So lots to go through. All coming up next on RFD Illinois.
With this week's edition of Farm Week, the early word, here's DeLoss Yankee.
It's no wonder farmers have struggled to plant crops this season. Average Illinois precipitation in May totaled nearly 8.5 inches, almost 4 inches more than normal. Turn to Farm Week to learn more about the third wettest May on record. Sonia Harper, the new chair of the Illinois House Agriculture and Conservation Committee, increased her agricultural knowledge recently during a visit with her adopted Christian County Farm Bureau farmers. Learn more about the Chicago legislator and her desire to stay connected with Illinois farmers in the latest edition of Farm Week.
No other Farm Weekly in Illinois has as many people on the ground in Illinois covering Illinois agriculture for you with the depth on key issues to help keep you profitable. And don't forget, you can get daily or even more frequent updates online anytime at farmweeknow.com.
Welcome back to RFD Illinois. I'm DeLoss Yankee. New numbers in from Illinois Ag Statistics and showed by far the most planting progress in the state in terms of corn planting, going from 45% last week to 73% complete this week, well behind the 5-year average of 100%. Corn emerged 51% behind the 5-year average of 96%. Soybeans also tremendous progress, 21% a week ago to 49% as of Sunday, but still way behind the 5-year average of 91. Soybeans emerged 25% behind the average of 79. 93% of the wheat crop is headed. First cutting of alfalfa still way behind schedule, 41% done. The 5-year average is 79. Planting progress continues in southeast Livingston County. Our Farm Week crop watcher, Mark Kerber, just made the switch to soybeans this week.
South part of the county got the corn wrapped up pretty much last weekend over the weekend. Now everybody's rattling in the beans.
Is this unprecedented for you or certainly a year to remember and forget at the same time?
Yeah, I've got my planting dates back to 1966, so this is pretty late from all those years. One time we finished beans on about July 1st, and it's finally getting fit. Everybody pretty much kind of started back into the corn when the conditions weren't perfect, but the beans are going on really good.
Mark Kerber in Livingston County's Farm Week Crop Watcher. Get the wide range of reports in this week's edition of Farm Week. For the first time, Ag Statistics has released corn condition ratings. In Illinois, 5% rated excellent, 42% good, 41% fair. 12% is rated either poor or very poor. So this week, 47% good to excellent. A year ago at this time, 82% of the crop was rated good to excellent. Weather information, the average temperature in the state was 71.8 degrees, 2.6 degrees more than average. And precipitation at 77 hundredths was 13 hundredths less than average, very infrequently so far this year. Have we been behind schedule precipitation-wise in a week's time? 3 of the 9 reporting districts came in at more than an inch. Central Illinois, only 0.2, eastern just a quarter, western 35 hundredths. Ken Casson is a farmer and farm broadcaster in McLean and Livingston counties.
We had our first full week of field work all spring this past week and got a lot done. The corn is in the grounds, but we still have some soybeans left to plant. Some growers have already finished, like McLean County farmer Dennis Wentworth. He farms around Downs and says there were plenty of wet spots this spring.
It didn't matter what field you pulled into. The water table was just so high. It didn't matter. You were going to have a wet spot.
Joe Palin farms in eastern Livingston County and has observed all types of field conditions this year.
We are a little more fortunate than on our southern parts. I farm up in the Sonneman and Kempton, Cabery area, and it's a lot worse up that way. But south of me a little bit, they've been much more fortunate, too, as far as getting some things done.
Thanks to farmers Dennis Wentworth and Joe Palin for the updates. Reporting from southeastern Livingston County for the RFD Radio Network, I'm Cat Casson.
Thanks, Ken. Some nationwide numbers now. First of all, for corn, USDA's National Ag Statistics says 83% of the nation's corn crop is in the ground. Iowa, 93%. Indiana, up to 67%. They had a big move this past week. Meanwhile, Minnesota is 92%, Nebraska 94%, Wisconsin 78%, South Dakota still 64%, Ohio only halfway done. And for soybean planting, the nationwide number is 60%. That's a little bit ahead of what analysts were expecting. The corn number was right on it. Again, the Illinois number went from 21 to 49. Iowa's up to 70. Nebraska, Minnesota both to 79, Indiana only 42, Ohio only 32, South Dakota 43. By the way, Ag Statistics still this week will be gathering information about this season's crop production, supplies of grain in storage, also livestock in inventory. You'll see things in late June. The Hogs and Pigs report will be released, an acreage and grain stocks report. So if you get the survey, be sure you have it completed and returned on time. Information matters, especially when trying to compile accurate reports in a crazy season like we've had. Read us up next on RFD, Illinois.
Are you preparing for planting season? We don't mean to be a pest, but here's a few things you need to know before you grow. The Illinois Department of Agriculture now requires special local needs labels, including new restrictions for the use of herbicide dicamba on top of soybeans in Illinois for the 2019 growing season. Did you know these additional restrictions go beyond federally approved labels? Remember, the label is the law. To find out more about these Illinois-specific labels, visit ilfb.org/label-aware.
The Illinois economy runs on our homegrown agricultural products. Our dairy, beef, pork, corn, and soybeans grow the agricultural industry by nearly $20 billion each year. But we don't just grow Illinois, we grow North America. Canada and Mexico account for over $45 billion in U.S. agricultural exports, and they support more than 1 million American jobs. Exports to Canada and Mexico matter to everyone in the agriculture and food industries.
A message from Illinois farmers and their checkoff programs.
We're back here on RFD, Illinois, from the Illinois FFA Convention in Springfield. State convention, I think 91st?
91 years.
91 years of the Illinois FFA Convention. Visiting with us, Rod Stahl, Vice President, Marketplace Engagement with Farm Credit Illinois. And Rod, you guys have become a familiar face here at the FFA Convention.
Well, it's fun. We're closing in on 10 years of coordinating, facilitating the Farm Credit Newsroom, which allows us to be the first ones to congratulate the folks that walk off the stage with their hardware as they celebrate recognition from the past year, and we throw their mug shot and put a news release together and get that sent out so we can celebrate the cool young people in blue and gold corduroy jackets and all of the successes they achieved the past year.
What have you learned since you guys started really sponsoring the media room?
Well, it's been fun to see some of the technology enhanced that makes it a lot more efficient. But candidly, some of our greatest joys are working with the young people that are assigned to be newsroom workers. And so every year we get a new crop of young people that maybe are future reporters, ag communicators that take part and really facilitate all of the work that happens in the newsroom. So it's a real joy to work side by side with FFA young people. And sometimes they have aspirations for being the people out there on the stage, but they get started in the newsroom, and that's pretty cool.
Go through the logistics of having the newsroom, because most people don't see you, at least here during the convention, because you are set up behind the stage.
Well, it's actually fun. We get a little bit of a preview. A few weeks ago, the FFA staff in the Springfield office helps put together all of the award recipients. And so a couple of weeks ago, we were working through 400 and some awards that'll be presented during the convention, and we matched them up with their respective chapter news release. So we've done a lot of the pre-work. We have those populated. We have a lot of little holders for photos for the young people that come off the stage, and all the state proficiency award winners will come down with their parents and their advisors and take the pictures. So we've gotten a lot of the pre-work done. Now we get to have the folks come off the stage and line up and help out, put the cut line together in the photos, smile bright for the photographs that'll be then inserted in the news releases. And most importantly, then we get that sent out to school administrators, local media, state legislators, and their advisors to celebrate the good work that young people are doing, which are mostly young people, not only from farms, but also that get a great agricultural education exposure as future consumers, and hopefully folks that will work side by side with in the ag industry in the future.
Oh, for sure. You also, because you're there right after they get off stage, I'm sure you see tears of joy, a little sadness, but mostly joy when they come off that stage.
Absolutely, and obviously after the major state officer elections each year, that's probably the culmination of the greatest emotions, where there are 10 young people again that are vying for the 5 major state officer positions. Last year we set a kind of a new milestone in Illinois where we elected 5 all-women major state officer team, and so this year on Thursday morning we'll be having those 10 candidates. We'll get to hear each of their presentations 5 different times as 5 different officers are elected. That will be a special moment with lots of emotion, where they put it all out there, and 5 of their lives will be changed for a year as they take a year off of school and serve the Illinois Association FFA as a major state officer.
So you mentioned about 5,000 folks, friends, advisors, guests, and members.
That's right. Springfield, Illinois really gets immersed in not only FFA members, but the schools, their guests, and it's always fun to talk to some of the commerce going on in downtown Springfield, because our young people do a really good job of representing agriculture, and some of the waiters, waitresses, always commend the kinds of young people that Illinois FFA brings to town as far as being polite and just wholesome, good folks that we're going to be very proud to partner with in their futures in the ag industry.
So what did we miss as far as your participation here at this state FFA convention?
It's all about the young people, and it's such a privilege. And of course, I have my own reflections of going to the Assembly Hall at the University of Illinois in the 80s as an FFA member, and to think about the experience that some of these young people are staying in a hotel in downtown Springfield, and that's kind of a big deal for them, and to appreciate that this kind of opens their eyes to the bigger, broader perspective of Illinois. They'll get to hear from a national FFA officer this week, and their minds will be broadened. Their horizons will be bigger. They'll see bigger perspectives, and that's kind of cool to know all of that is going on. They'll also create a network of friends and special memories from attending the state convention. It's all about the young people, as you do such a great job of celebrating, Rita.
Well, and you, Farm Credit, it's not just here, but you work with FFA chapters throughout the entire year.
We have one of our special days in Mahomet at our central office at Farm Credit. That was just May 30th, where we celebrated 28 new young people who received a $2,000 agriculture scholarship, getting to meet them and their parents and celebrating them. And this year was our first year where they actually did a video clip in their application.
Wow.
So we put together those 28 video clips that they showed us one object object that helped shape their passion for agriculture in the video, and we got to compile all of those together. And wow, that was a lot of parents coming back and saying that was cool to see those 28 scholars of yours introduce a special object or memento from their farm or their ag classroom, and how that has shaped their and influenced what's going to be their pursuit of an agricultural future. Rod
Stahl is our guest. We're talking in Springfield, the week of the State FFA Convention. You're here through Thursday, as we mentioned, but you are a dairy farmer. You love all of agriculture, but that's where one of your passions lies there with the dairy industry, and you're off to Wisconsin here in just a little bit.
You're right. I think I'm attending my 28th consecutive National Holstein Convention. It'll be held in Appleton, Wisconsin, right in the shadows of the Green Bay community, and I'll get to an opportunity to moderate Dairy Bowl. It's like a dairy quiz bowl, kind of like a Scholastic Bowl for young people from all over the country, and that is a highlight for my summer every year, too, along with FFA Convention, is interacting with dairy young people from around the country, and I appreciate Farm Credit supporting the opportunity to be a volunteer and to serve the industry that certainly I still love in the dairy industry.
Rod Stahl with Farm Credit Illinois. The state convention runs today through Thursday here in Springfield. For the RFD Radio Network, I'm Rita Frazier. Let's break for markets and weather.
With the RFD Ag Market Summary for this Tuesday morning, I'm Jim Taylor. Corn steady, beans slightly higher, and wheat ending Monday slightly higher. July corn closing at 4.15 3/4 unchanged. September corn down 1/4. 4.24, and December corn up 3/4, 4.34.5. July beans closing at 8.58 1/2, up 2 1/4. August beans up 2 1/4, 8.65 1/4, and September beans up 2 1/4, 8.72 1/4. July wheat closing at 5.07 1/2, up 3. September wheat up 2 1/4, 5.11 3/4, and December wheat up 2 1/4. 5.24 1/2. July bean meal 313.40, up 110. July bean oil unchanged 27.38. In current electronic overnight trading, July corn down 3 3/4. September corn down 3 3/4. December corn 431 1/4, down 3 1/4. July beans in the overnight down 4 1/4. August beans down 4 1/4, and September beans also down 4 1/4. 8.68. July wheat in the overnight down 5 1/4. September wheat down 6. December wheat 5.18 1/2, down 6. In the outside markets, August Brent crude oil down $1 a barrel, 62.29. The August gold contract 13.26.10. That's down 3.10 this morning. In the livestock market from Monday, June lean hogs 79.27, up 62 cents. July lean hogs up 2.85, 86.20. June live cattle 109.70, up 2.77. August live cattle up $3, 106.30. August feeders 139.82, up 2.57. September feeders 139.72, up 2.37. Illinois direct barrels and gilts trading steady on Monday at 48 to 54. That's the RFD Ag Market Summary for this Tuesday morning. I'm Jim Taylor for the RFD Radio Network.
Good morning. This is Dan Hicks from Freeze Notice Weather with the early morning ag weather update on the RFD Radio Network for this Tuesday morning. A large part of the Midwest had dry weather on Monday with some lingering showers in the eastern areas. A few showers have moved back into the western part of the Midwest overnight. Daytime highs on Monday were in the 70s and low 80s across Illinois. Today should be a good planting and fieldwork day across much of the central and eastern part of the region, with rainfall increasing in the western Midwest, but not moving eastward until tonight. Best chances for some rain with this next system here in Illinois will occur tonight through Wednesday. Heavy rainfall amounts are not expected with this next system, with most rainfall in the 1/4 to 3/4 inch range here in Illinois. A few heavier amounts are possible across some far northern parts of the Midwest. Additional Canadian air moving in behind this next system will keep our temperature trend near to below normal across the Midwest right through the end of the week. Most areas in the Midwest will have about 2 dry days behind this next system before some rain chances make a return to the western Midwest on Friday. This next system will start to spread some showers eastward across Illinois, with best chances likely being Friday night into the first half of the weekend once again. Heavy rainfall amounts are not expected with this next system, but generally amounts will be in the 1/4 to 1 inch range between Friday and the first half of the weekend. Looking ahead into later this weekend, into the 6 to 10 day time frame, it does look like the overall weather pattern will become more active across the Midwest once again. 6 to 10 day rainfall amounts will likely average near to above normal across most of the region, with some lighter amounts in the far northern Midwest. 6 to 10 day temperatures will be a little bit milder overall, but will likely still average near to a few degrees below normal. Right now it looks like 11 to 15 day rainfall amounts will also average near to above normal in most areas. I'm Dan Hicks from Freeze Notice Weather.
We know you want the best for your family. We do too. That's why Illinois farmers continually look for new ways to help. We're working with Mother Nature to preserve water, protect land, and provide food. From our fields to your table, we want what's best for all of us and for future generations to come. Learn more about conservation efforts at ilfarmersconserve.com. Preserving our water, protecting our land, providing our food.
This message brought to you by Illinois Farm Bureau.
What's the excitement about buying a brand new car when you pay full price for it? County Farm Bureau members have a reason to be excited. A Farm Bureau membership gives you 2 car purchase discounts. When members buy a new Ford vehicle, they receive $500 off their purchase. And with a purchase of a qualifying Lincoln vehicle, they receive $750 off. Everyone loves a good deal, and the money saved is worth the price of our annual membership. This is just one of our 300,000 plus discounts that are always changing to fit our members' needs. Not a Farm Bureau member? Visit Illinois Farm Bureau online and join today.
When it comes to social media, Sabrina Berkowitz connects rural routes for you. Sabrina covers a broad range of ag topics, so Farm Bureau members are the first to know about key issues. Here's a bit about her rural roots.
I grew up with a grain and livestock farm in my extended family, and today I really enjoy helping people learn how to use social media to advocate for agriculture.
Be it routes or roots, RFD Radio, FarmWeekNow.com, and Farm Week keep you connected.
Attention, Illinois farmers. You won't want to miss this field day at SIU Carbondale University Farms. It's your chance to hear from industry experts about ongoing research and how it will benefit your farm. Join us on June 26th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. with free lunch included. This is a joint effort of the SIU College of Agricultural Sciences, Illinois Nutrient Research and Education Council, and Illinois Farm Bureau. You must pre-register at IllinoisNREC.org and click on upcoming events.
That'll do it for RFD Illinois on a Tuesday. Was double checking my routes today to go to Martinsville for the Martinsville Ag Fair. We'll be down there this afternoon and saw it's still on our map at least, the unincorporated community of Inclose. N-I-N Close, C-L-O-S-E, Inclose, just on the southern edge of Edgar County. We say hello. Sponsored by Country. Your farm is your family's legacy, part of your hometown heritage. While you work sun up to sundown to get the job done, we're here protecting the things you love every step of the way. Country Financial. Learn more at countrycrop.com. For Rita Frazier, for Jim Taylor, I'm DeLoss Yankee on the RFD Radio Network.